everyone. It's been quite a while since I've done a reading. Maybe today we can do some studying together. I want to read a few things about octopuses, the Octarians, and the Inklings. Alright, let's get started. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. An octopus is a soft-bodied, 8-limbed mollusk of the order Octopoda. The order consists of some 300 species and is grouped within the class Cephalopoda, with squids, cuttlefish, and nautiloids. Like other cephalopods, an octopus is bilaterally symmetric, with 2 eyes and a beaked mouth at the center point of the 8 limbs. The soft body can radically alter its shape, enabling octopuses to squeeze through small gaps. They trail their 8 appendages behind them as they swim. The siphon is used both for respiration and for locomotion by expelling a jet of water. Octopuses have a complex nervous system and excellent sight, and are among the most intelligent and behaviorally diverse of all invertebrates. The Octarians, however, are quite different. From Inkipedia, the Splatoon wiki. The Octarians are a race of octopus creatures ruled by DG Octavio, and the main antagonistic species of the story mode in the Splatoon series. They reside in Octo Valley and Octo Canyon, and are responsible for stealing Zapfish from Inkopolis. Their main ink color is purple or magenta. At one point, the Octarians were a neutral species coexisting with Inklings, but this ended as the result of conflicting interests of territory that led to the beginning of the Great Turf War, in which the Octarians lost. Unlike Inklings, the species includes a great number of subspecies that act differently from each other. The Octolings can shift between humanoid and mollusk forms, similarly to Inklings. Inklings are evolved species of squid that came to be after rising sea levels destroyed humanity, with the first of the Inklings being recorded to have lived around 5,000 years after the destruction of the human settlement of Alterna. Alterna inhabitants unintentionally accelerated the evolution of squids and other species of marine life after psychoreactive liquid crystals infused with lingering human thoughts and feelings were accidentally released into the ocean surrounding the settlement. At least 2,000 years before the events of Splatoon, turf wars were established. The original turf wars were overseen by Judd, a cat that was cryogenically frozen by his human owner before the earth was flooded. 100 years before the events of Splatoon, the Inklings and the Octarians engaged in a great turf war after otherwise having good relations, when rising sea levels caused disputes over the remaining territory. The young Captain Cuttlefish and his Inkling comrades were victorious, forcing the Octarians to retreat to desolate areas such as Octo Valley, Octo Canyon, and take up residence underground. Octarians are an animal species that evolved from octopuses after the start of the mollusk era. Like Inklings, Octarians are ink-based creatures and are implied to not be able to live underwater due to their historical fight with Inklings over the remaining land. While the length of the battle is unknown, it is revealed that it at least lasted over a year, based on the date of a photo taken during the war. During the war, the Octarians used technology such as the Great Octo-Weapons, which seemed to be more advanced than the Inklings, who were depicted as using bamboozlers. The sunken scrolls state that the Octarians were winning the war, but lost momentum due to the Great Octo-Weapons being turned off by being unintentionally deprived of their plug. Another sunken scroll states that it was the Inklings' superior number of limbs that led them to victory. It is unknown whether either of these statements could be propaganda by one or the other faction. The Inklings had a fighting force called the Squidbeak Platoon, which was led by Captain Cuttlefish. While the Squidbeak Platoon ceased to be, Cuttlefish continued looking out for the Octarians after their defeat, using cabins in Octo Valley and Octo Canyon as lookouts. Splatoon. The Octarian domes had been losing energy during Splatoon, as suggested by the comic and the art of Splatoon. DJ Octavio, who had been around for and partook in the Great Turf War, currently leads the Octarians and possibly plan to revenge against the Inklings and take the land back that they lost in the war. The Octarians stole the Great Sapfish, which helped power Inkopolis, and used it to power DJ Octavio's Great Octoweapon, while using other Sapfish to power the rest of the facilities and bosses. Octarians also invaded Inkopolis, as evidenced by the missions that take place in Inkopolis during evening and nighttime, presumably while Inklings or other residents are not around. To deal with this, Captain Cuttlefish started the new Squidbeak Splatoon, which consists of his granddaughters, Allie and Marie, as Agents 1 and 2, and recruits an additional member, known as Agent 3, to rescue the Great Sapfish and stop DJ Octavio's plans. Agent 3 navigated through the Octo Valley Domes and confronted DJ Octavio in a final battle. In this battle, DJ Octavio used the Octobot King weapon, and during the battle, the Split Sisters managed to hijack his music and play the Calamari incantation. While not visible in the game, several Octarians were said to be spectating the battle, where this performance is said to have changed their lives. Even DJ Octavio is seen dancing to the song before he is defeated by Agent 3 and imprisoned in a snow globe. Splatoon 2. During the events leading up to Splatoon 2, the Octarians managed to brainwash Callie by equipping her with a pair of hypno shades and freed DJ Octavio. The Octarians stole the Great Sapfish once again and rebuilt some of the Great Octoweapons, as well as employing Octobosses now stationed in Octo Canyon. While Callie was brainwashed, it was implied that she helped decorate Octo Canyon after deeming it ugly. She can also be heard singing in the background music present at the Octo Canyon Domes, where these vocals are reversed versions of her existing work. Captain Cuttlefish had gone on a research trip with Agent 3, so Marie took on the role to look over the Octarians while they are gone, and recruited Agent 4 to help get the Great Sapfish back and rescue Callie. The final battle is staged like a concert, with multiple Octarians watching as an audience around an arena where DJ Octavio used the Octobot King 2 to fight Agent 4. DJ Octavio is seen playing on the turntables with wasabi sticks, while Callie stands on the upper part of the machine, singing and dancing. After they defeat DJ Octavio, he is again imprisoned in a snow globe, which is stationed in Tentacle Outpost by the cabin. Octo Expansion. The events of the Octo Expansion reveal that several Octarians, or at least Octolings, have had their souls freed by hearing the Calamari incantation from the fight Agent 3 had against DJ Octavio. Many of these Octolings defected and found their way to Inkopolis, where they have integrated themselves to live among the Inklings. It is also shown that many Octarians have been kidnapped and taken to another underground facility located under the sea, which belongs to Kamaba Corporation. These Octarians underwent several tests with the premise that they would return to the surface if they succeed. These tests serve to select out the best genes, where the successful test subjects get tricked into building a machine that blends them alive into a paste of supreme DNA. Other Octarians got sanitized, which is a state reminiscent of zombies, where they lose their sense of self and free will, and default to follow commands. They are also implied to be dead, as Marina states that they show no pulse or signs of life. Commander Tartar is responsible for this plot. It was an AI made by the professor to pass on humanity's knowledge to the next intelligent life form. The AI changed its mind as it was disgusted by the senseless wars between Octarians and Inklings, despite their minor genetical differences, as well as their lifestyles. Agent 8, that's me, is one of the Octolings who ended up in the facility and lost their memories. They are revealed to be test subject number 10,008, which suggests that there may have been 10,007 other test subjects in the facility. Given that only Octarians were sanitized, and Octarian technology was frequently used for the tests, most test subjects may have been Octarian. This is further hinted by Commander Tartar's animosity towards specifically Inklings and Octarians, and that the denizens of the deep are explained to not necessarily be test subjects. Sanitized versions of the Octobosses that Agent 4 fought in Octo Canyon are also present in the testing facilities. Agent 8 is an Octoling who had their soul freed after listening to Calamari Incantation. This song is also one of the first things they remember after losing their memory, as well as motivating them to reach Inkopolis. They managed to escape the facility with the help of Off the Hook and help defend Inkopolis and the world from being destroyed. While being stuck underground in the facility, it is possible to read Agent 8's thoughts on the Octarians and their previous life in the army, as well as Marina's worry about being revealed to be an Octoling who also worked for the army. Captain Cuttlefish was apprehensive of the defected Octarians at first, but showed support throughout the Octo expansion. The Inklings in Inkopolis are said to be unaware that Octolings are Octarians, and instead assume that they are Inklings with weird hairstyles. This is attributed to the Inklings' laid-back and inattentive lifestyle. It is revealed that Inklings do learn about Octarians in their army and schools, and Pearl did recognize the sanitized Octarians as Octarians, which may imply that descriptions or depictions of Octolings are absent in Inklings' school curriculum for Inklings not to notice. Splatoon 3. In Splatoon 3, the Octarians make a return once again, this time possessed by Fuzzy U's. DJ Octavio is initially assumed to have been involved in the theft of the Great Stockfish again, but Craig Cuttlefish and New Agent 3 soon realize that he is not involved in it, and in fact, discover that his entire army had vanished under mysterious circumstances. The majority of Octarians have red tentacles and use various shades of purple or magenta for their ink color. Octolings have red hair, while elite Octolings have black or dark red hair. The octopus forms of Octolings, however, match their ink color just like Inklings. It is also shown that at least Octolings are capable of changing ink color based on the defected Octolings living in Inkopolis. Aside from the Octolings, the rest of the Octarians' genders remain unknown, with the exceptions of Octo Samurai and DJ Octavio, who are referred to as male. Culture. Octarians are frequently described as diligent, serious-minded, and loyal to their leader. Even defected Octarians such as Agent 8 still seem to respect DJ Octavio, based on a mem cake. Marina also has a sticker of the text from DJ Octavio's album art on her laptop, as seen in the Octo expansion. It appears that Octarians are a part of the army at an early age, as revealed by documents on Marina, where she started elementary training at the age of 6, and designed weapons when she was 10. It is also suggested that Agent 8 is around 16 years old at the time of Splatoon 2, and Agent 8 was present when the Squid Sisters played Calamari Incantation 2 years prior, meaning they were 14, while they were a part of the military. Technology. The Octarian society features a lot of machinery, which is also present in their military. Octarians are skilled with technology and machinery, where inventions such as floating platforms are staple examples of Octarian technology, as revealed by Captain Cuttlefish. It is mentioned in the art of Splatoon that they tend to hoard a lot and not let anything go to waste, using ancient artifacts left from the humans of the past era, such as kettles in their current technology, and are described to make them more efficient. Defected Octarians still seem to have an affinity with technology, as Marina still likes to develop machines and weapons as her hobby, and Agent 8 appreciates Shelton's technical talk. The Octolings who live in Inkopolis also inspect weapons more carefully than Inklings when trying them out in Ammonites. Octarians are said to make trade deals with the Salmonids, where they trade their technology for power eggs, which are described as a form of energy source. This may explain why power eggs are present in the domes, and why Octarians drop power eggs when defeated. Like Inklings, Octarians are seen using a mixture of conventional weapons, such as Gatling guns, snipers, and missiles, while also using weapons inspired by regular appliances, such as bowling balls, stamps, and showers. Octolings also use weapons that have an Inkling equivalent. In the Octo expansion and Splatoon 3, sanitized Octolings and fuzzy Octolings respectively can use the same special weapons as Inklings. Here, Octarians wear uniforms or a standard set of clothes, which carry a general theme of having a black color and metal elements. The Octarians resembling tentacles usually only wear black boots, with some peripherals relating to their attack methods, such as octodivers wearing snorkels and octocoppers wearing propeller helmets. Octolings wear black, tight clothing exposing their midriff, black boots, metal plating, and belts. Every Octoling in the army also wears goggles or shades, which cover their eyes. During Splatoon 2, the outfit worn by the Octolings changed, as well as certain Octarians having a different look for their gear and machines. It is unknown whether this is related to the difference in location between Octo Valley and Octo Canyon, or if they updated their look over time. However, in the past, Marina is seen wearing the old Octoling gear, even though she is stated to have worked in Slimeskin Garrison in Octo Canyon. The new Octoling gear also uses the term Neo in its name, which implies that the gear is the new standard uniform and is not dependent on location. Music. Octarians seem to like music, as their leader is a DJ, and the society has a band, Turquoise October, which plays music in each dome. The final Great Octo weapon against Inklings also has music integrated into its design by featuring turntables and speakers that play DJ Octavio's music. Octarians were also invited to spectate both final battles, which were perceived as concerts according to the Sunken Scrolls. DJ Octavio also kidnapped Kelly and had her work as a singer in the final battle in Splatoon 2. It has been suggested in a developer interview that DJ Octavio uses music to regulate the Octarians. Hearing the Squid Sisters sing the Calamari incantation is also what caused many Octolings to defect to Inkling society. Language. Octarians have a language different from Inkling. In the Japanese version, DJ Octavio speaks only in katakana, which is normally used to display foreignness in the way the speaker speaks. It is also suggested that Marina sings in Octarian, since her lyrics were rendered in katakana in the Splatoon 2 booklet, where the developers confirm that she is singing in a different language than Inkling. As seen with the Octoling amiibo, defected Octolings can have difficulty speaking Inkling and make several grammatical mistakes. In the Japanese version, Marina also speaks in a way that suggests she only recently has learned the Inkling language. However, in Splatoon 3, the amiibos show that they have a more basic understanding of the language. Known individual Octarians. DJ Octavio. Leader. Marina. Octoling member of Off the Hook and show host. Agent 8. Octoling. Deadfish. Sanitized Octoling. Hole. Octoling. DJ of Sashimori. Pictured second from right. Wadabe. Octoling. Member of Despair. Octolangelo. Artist. Mentioned only. Shiver. Octoling. Member of Deep Cut. Types of Octarians. Octotrooper. Shielded Octotrooper. Octodiver. Octohopper. Twinticle Octotrooper. Shielded Twinticle Octotrooper. Deluxe Twinticle Octotrooper. Twinticle Octodiver. Octoball. Octosniper. Octo-Commander. Octostamp. And Octostamp. Octoling. Tentacook. Octohurler. Octoballer. Those are ground units. Air units are the Octocopter, Deluxe Octocopter, Octobomber, Deluxe Octobomber, Octostriker, Missile Octocopter, as seen in Ink from Above Station, Speedy Missile Octocopter, as seen in the belly phase, Octomissile, Octozeppelin, Octodisco. Machines include Squeegee, the Industrial Squeegee, Flutter, Octopod, Oversized Octopod, Octorpedo, Octostand VX, Ink Piston, Octowasher, and the Octoseeker. Great Octo-weapons include the Octostomp, the Octonozzle, the Octowhirl, the Octomaw, and the Octobot King. Octobosses include the Octo-Oven, the Octo Samurai, Mio Octostomp, Octo Shower, Octobot King 2. Others include the newly updated Octobot King L3.gs. Here are a few bits of trivia. According to the artist Splatoon, Octarians are not able to reproduce on their own, and are thus created by cutting off a tentacle from a host. Their intelligence and rank are linked to how many limbs they possess, with high-class Octarians possessing more limbs. It was later confirmed that only common Octarians are cut from tentacles. Worth noting also is the presence of Sashimoto's DJ, 10-year-old Octoling. He possesses all 8 tentacles and resembles an analogous phase in an inkling growth cycle, implying that Octolings and Inklings may share similar reproductive cycles. A Famitsu interview with the development staff reveals that Octarians use a mechanism with 2 telephone poles to make objects float. The basis of the chirpy chips, Ryan, is a flapjack octopus that has never been connected to Octarians and bears little resemblance to Octarians seen so far. In the Sweater vs. Socks Splatfest, it is implied that Octarians celebrate Octopus, which seems to be a reference to Festivus, as opposed to Inklings, who celebrate Squidmas. However, Octopus is only mentioned in the North American localization. Etymology. A real-life Shibuya Tower exhibit in 2018 shows the Japanese title of Octo Valley Mode, Octalion Strikes Back, in Latin letters, showing that the name is intended to be a portmanteau of Octo and Alien, possibly referencing their UFOs and Inkopolis invasion. However, the English name is the romanization of their Japanese name instead of the intended Octalion. Looks like that's all the time I have for today. We read quite a lot, didn't we? The 4th wall is broken? Anyway, thank you for listening. I have to stay behind for closing. Maybe I'll see you again next time. Have a safe trip, alright?